Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's JD Collectible and I am back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the WWE Series 125 Isaiah Swerve Scott. Now, a lot of you may know Swerve better in AEW. As a matter of fact, he was released from his WWE contract on last year during all of those mass firings from the fall, and he is resurfacing AEW under the name Swerve Strickland. And just for his name, for the purposes of this video, we're just going to call him Swerve. So his WWE name was Isaiah Swerve Scott. His AEW name is Swerve Strickland, and his real name is Shane Strickland. So this just going to take a look at this figure, and of course, Swerve. He's actually in the midst of a pretty good run right now in AEW. He's been teaming with another former WWE superstar, Keith Lee, in AEW, and they formed a pretty formidable unit. And they're going to be competing in a triple threat match for the AEW tag team titles at the upcoming All Out pay-per-view. So again, just gonna take a look at this figure, and this is series 125, and this is the first, and actually I believe the only Swerve figure in the line, because by the time this figure was released in stores, he was released from WWE not too long after. To me, through no fault of his own, because he is a tremendous performer. He has great charisma, a unique look. I felt that in WWE, him and Hit Row, the unit he was with, I thought they had so much potential based on their NXT run, but as a lot of people, was what happened to a lot of people, they got caught up to the main roster, and they just, the company did not know what to do with them. So let's just take a look at the packaging. We have Swerve in green trunks with the short boots compared to your average wrestler. I'm actually going to get more into that later, actually. Right now, we're just going to really look at the packaging. So we see this is the first series and first time in the line. And on the back, the other figures in this series, we have The Rock, Jeff Hardy, Elias, and Ember Moon. And funny thing about this series, with the exception of The Rock, and Elias. Okay, that is not that ironic, but in this series, 3 of the 5 wrestlers are no longer with the company. Ember Moon, she was released, I believe, earlier this year. Jeff Hardy was released a few months ago, and of course, Swerve being released last year. So very ironic. So we're gonna get into the packaging, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can just open it like I usually kind of do a little, you all can't tell, but when I do a video, I tend to do a little cut, kind of make it more seamless, but we're just going to open it up old school style. And I don't think it's going to take that long to open up. Okay. It wasn't too bad. So let's take it out of the plastic casing. All right, so here we go. With Swerve. A pretty good figure. Like how the figure feels in my hands. Really distinctive tattoo work. My goodness, I couldn't tell that from the pack. I could see it had some tattoos, but this is along the lines of the Basics Aleister Black figure I got last year, as well as a Batista figure I got a couple of years ago that just really has some detailed artwork for it to be a basic series figure and not an elite. But yeah, we see, looks like we see the word faith tattooed over his stomach, and then some other tattoos, maybe like a skeleton and some flowers, perhaps. And then what you see right there on his pectoral, his left, that would be his, I guess, left pectoral. And the tattoo work down the arm. I like the tattoo work on the hand. And then on the back, we have a back tattoo. I like the dreads. I like just the style of them. Just looks very authentic. And then you can see the fade underneath. So very good, very good. What's the word I'm looking for? Very good face My gosh, head scan. That's what I'm looking for, head scan. I mean, this looks really like him. I mean, the eyes, I like the little squint we have. You see the goatee and the sideburn. I mean, this is a really good figure, and that's why you just cannot sleep on these basics. I mean, the basics that they are releasing today, they are just as good, if not better, than some of the elites. And we see the green trunks. Looks like that's, I don't know if that's him on the side, perhaps, but a caricature or some kind of an image of a male figure, it looks like. And then it looks like we see some birds. And then the X's and O on the belt. And like I said, I like, the green, black, silver attire. And he's always, which I can't really, because I haven't watched a lot of him in AEW aside from what I see on the YouTube clips, but I believe he's always had what's fairly short wrestling boots compared to your average wrestler. Kind of reminds me of a Dean Malenko to an extent, the Dean Malenko style boots, but maybe not quite that short. And you see he has kind of, his, I guess his athletic, his socks, whatever you call them. I'm sure not just called socks, but, coming from the boots. But it creates a really unique look for him. And it works being a black wrestler, a wrestler who in WWE his gimmick was heavily based on hip hop with Hit Row, and he's carried a lot of those characteristics and that charisma over to his current AEW role. But again, he is a great talker, great worker. For what I've seen of him in the ring, he definitely has presence and charisma, and he should have went so much further in WWE. Again, no fault of his own, but I am just so glad to see guys like him and Keith Lee really thriving in AEW. So just seeing that talent not being wasted, I certainly am a fan of that. So again, I hope you like this figure. Just a quick little, review, unboxing. And again, just thank you everyone who has been subscribing to the YouTube channel lately. I definitely appreciate your support. Instagram has been incredible lately. I've gotten so many. I mean, just my community's been growing. I don't like to look at it as just saying I got followers. I consider this a community because, if you post a comment or send me a message, I'm going to do my best to respond to you and keep the dialogue going. So I just like meeting you fellow, collectors and wrestling fans such as myself. So the growth that I've experienced on the Instagram page over the last, month has been exponential. So you guys are off the charts. I'm going to get more content to you all. I hope you enjoyed the free comic day haul video I did a couple of weeks ago. I got some other things I'm going to do, and just, my time, getting more time to do these things. So like I said, with me, I just got to stay on task, stay on target so I can keep this content coming out to you guys because you guys deserve it. And again, this is just a good release for me, when I get home from, from work and just, just other responsibilities of life. I just love collecting and love sharing, these things with you guys. So again, hope you've enjoyed this video. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you again after a while.